Now, we don't have too long to wait before lunch will be ready. But while we are waiting, I thought I'd share something with you really quickly. I want to tell you about my friend, a friend who I had at school who loved to make up stories. And unfortunately, he had a bit of a bad habit where he would make up a story and then try and pretend like it was true. And some of the things that he said he'd done in his life, according to him, they were astounding things. Now, one of the stories, and I'll share this one with you because it's about how great I am, which is always good, was about how well I'd played in a rugby match. Now, I don't mean to blow my own Christmas trumpet, but at one point in this rugby match, I had run several yards down the field with Owen Farrell, who plays for England, hanging from my legs because he couldn't tackle me in rugby. How about that? Now, of course, that's all rumours. It was a made-up story. I did play against Owen Farrell. He did go to the same school as me, but when he tried to tackle me, I was stopped straight away and fell on my face. So that's not quite what happened. Now, I wonder what you make of the story of the birth of Jesus, or of Jesus himself. There was a survey that found that 40% of adults in the UK don't believe Jesus was real, or they're not sure. Maybe you're here this morning thinking, well, what we know about Jesus is nothing more than just rumours. And to an extent, I think you're right. There are lots of rumours about Jesus. We met Theophilus, the narrator of our Nativity. He's heard some of the rumours and stories about the birth of Jesus. He's heard that Mary rode on a donkey. He's heard about grumpy innkeepers, that there was 3 of them. He's heard about a stable. He's heard about a little baby who no crying he makes. But none of those things are actually in the Bible. Now, there was a real-life Theophilus and a real-life Luke, and Luke was a doctor in real life. And he actually wrote a letter to Theophilus, and it's been reprinted in the Bible. And we've actually got some of them reprinted here today, and that you can take away with you later. And Luke wrote to Theophilus, and he explained, I myself have carefully studied everything from the start. I thought I should write it out for you so that you can know what you have been taught about Jesus is true. Now, when my friend was telling other people about Owen Farrell and me, I nearly didn't stop him. I nearly didn't say anything because it does make me sound brilliant, doesn't it? But I would say to my friend, if you're going to make up a story and you want people to think it's true, well, number one, don't include a bunch of hard-to-believe stuff like little schoolboy me running along while Owen Farrell, he was training with the Saracens at the time. Okay, the idea of him just dangling off my legs, like one of those teddies you sometimes see on the back of a lorry, is ridiculous. So don't do that. And 2, don't tell other people the rumor when I am right there, because I can say, actually, that didn't happen. Don't tell it when Owen Farrell or the referee or the other players or the spectators are all still alive and could all say, no, that didn't happen. Well, Dr. Luke begins his letter with something that's really quite hard to believe. An army of angels filling up the skies to announce the birth of Jesus. He ends it with Jesus raised to life after dying on the cross. And he even wrote a second letter to Theophilus, all about hard-to-believe things that Jesus did while his disciples were sharing the news about him. He wrote all of this while there were still people left alive who could instantly have said, no, Luke, you made that one up. If you were trying to make up something and get people to believe it, that's not the best way of doing it. The only explanation is that this doctor did his careful research and he wrote down what he was sure was the absolute truth. There's one scholar called Bart Emran, he's not a Christian. He said that the Gospels, like this one, the Gospel of Luke, are the oldest and best sources we have for knowing about the life of Jesus. There are rumours and stories about Jesus for sure, but if you want to know the truth about Jesus, then the Gospels are the best place that you can find it. Oh. And if it is true, then what we hear about Jesus in the Bible, it matters for all of us. Later in Luke's Gospel, Jesus tells people, healthy people don't need a doctor. It's the sick who need a doctor. I have not come to invite good people. I have come to invite sinners to change their hearts and lives. I wonder what percentage good you would say you are. If you're like me, it's not 100%. Actually, sometimes I think I'm quite far from 100% goodness. Jesus says our ungoodness, however serious it might seem on the outside, is like a sickness. Well, just like a doctor, like Dr. Luke, can give hope to somebody who's sick, Jesus has hope to offer anybody who looks at how good they are and isn't 100% happy with the way that they live. If what the Gospels say about Jesus is true, then Jesus offers you and me real hope. And real hope comes hand in hand with real joy. So we're going to sing our last...